Yo, we're back in business, gang business, RFC, RFC and Two Tough Inc., the realest in the game, the biggest in the game. We're not coming for the fame, we're coming for the fucking game. And I'm here with my homie, Zer0, for those that know, which is no one,
Yo,
because we're anonymous.
coronavirus edition, quarantine edition of the RFC.
Lockdown edition. Lockdown edition.
Yeah.
Trust me. So straight into it.
Whoever this guy was on before me, they were slackers. Absolute slackers. This time, we're doing it right.
Gang business.
Taking over. RFC takeover.
Takeover. Shut down.
Wash. Apart from my guy Tom.
That's me. Too Tough Inc.
Get me?
Up in this shit.
That is washed. Yo, so let's get straight into it, Tom. What we saying?
Straight into it. So first topic of the day, people, is what is going to be the impact of this unfortunate predicament that we all find ourselves in with the fucking coronavirus, COVID fucking 19.
COVID-19, yeah.
What is going to be the effect on one of our favorite hobbies to watch as a fan and also to train, fucking MMA, UFC? What is going to be the impact for the UFC? So, obviously, big man Dana, the boss man, has been trying to work around all the lockdown and distancing and all this stuff that has been put in place for the regulation.
Yeah.
Dana's been trying to work around it, but unfortunately, obviously, it would have actually been today, just as, it's UK time. It would have been today. We would have been fucking sitting down watching the fights at this point.
Bro, let's in the fights, Tom.
But
the greatest lightweight bout of all time.
The greatest fucking lightweight. Yeah. Let me just preface that again. It's not just any fight. This is the fucking greatest fucking lightweight fight of all time, and really undisputably the greatest lightweight fight of all time.
Exactly.
Tony El Kukui versus fucking the Mauler, the bear wrestler, the one and only Khabib. So, that would have been going down right very soon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, Dana tried to work around it. Credit to the guy for his effort. But, obviously the boss man at Disney, and ESPN or whatever, shut the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Like Section Boys.
Tom, you got to look at it now. The situation, especially in America right now, is absolutely crazy. Like, they could not do that fight at all. You know what I'm saying? And Habib did the right thing by going back to Russia.
I hear that. But
even Tony was crazy. Tony Psycho, he will still fight. He's not.
Yeah, Tony doesn't give a fuck.
And like set other fighters, but they're all from like the US. They're not bothered. Like Habib's not even from here. Why is he gonna stay here? Go back. Everyone's back home, safe for this virus. The whole world is locked down. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep. You got to keep the fight safe. You shouldn't even been trying to.
At the same time, though, when they're getting tested, that was what I heard on Rogan and Shaw saying that every man there was going to get tested, or the staff. All of them was going to get tested. Like, even I've been because I watch obviously Joe Rogan podcast. Like, he's even testing man on his podcast. So and anyone, rich people like Idris Elba, all them man have been tested. So they could have realistically done tests for everyone.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I'm saying? Then it would have probably, like, what would have really been the risk if everyone there would have been tested? Like, and at the same time, like, they might have. One thing I was thinking is, if obviously, to me initially it was like, oh, it seems like Dana's being insensitive to the public situation. Like, he's trying to do this whole fight. And everyone's like, yo, why are you trying to do this fight when there's this whole madness going on all over the country, all over UK and everything? So But then he's like, at the same time, what if they'd have like donated the proceeds or something to the fight against the virus or whatever? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there could have been some beneficial thing from it. But even just to be honest, for me, on a selfish one, I just wanted to watch the fight, bro. Because like we already said, it was the fucking greatest fight, greatest lightweight. In my opinion, for me, it was the most excited I've ever been for a fight.
Yo,
Probably for Bear, man, for Bear UFC fans.
yeah, come on. Like,
So, you know, it's peak, fam. It's actually it's peak. But it is what it is. But obviously, Dana's like what I'm seeing is that there's going to be an event. I don't know whether it's at this Fight Island in just over 2 weeks. There's going to be an event on the 9th of May. So I've been seeing. I saw an article the other day that there's going to be 3 title fights on it.
yeah.
Cejudo, I'm hearing Cejudo, but I don't know. I'm just seeing bare gas on the news anyway. But like, I think like I saw something about Cejudo versus Dominic Cruz.
Mad. I seen something about that, you know. I seen that as well.
I don't know. I don't know if that's because before I was seeing Cejudo versus Aldo. So wait, that's something we need to discuss. Then, what do you think would happen Cejudo versus Cruz? Break down the fight a little bit. What do you think? Do you think it goes the distance? Do you see Cruz being able to stifle him with like the movement or the angles? Do you see Cejudo just being able to get the takedown? Plus, we can't even count out Cejudo's striking after what we saw him do to Dillashaw.
Exactly.
That was a mad thing.
That was crazy.
That was a legit.
The thing with that TJ Dillashaw fight was the weight he was at. Like, he just looked so weak.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know if, but Cejudo, who did he beat? Marias.
Yeah.
He caned him, didn't he?
But Marias was actually doing well, I think, in the first few rounds.
He was, but he's like the biggest contender in that division.
There's another Donny. There's now Aldo. There's now Aldo as well. I mean Aldo. So that's the thing. Aldo fought Marias, and realistically won, but he just didn't get the decision.
Yeah. I've seen that.
So like, you know, it's like I just saw highlights. I'm not properly seen it, so I can't really comment too much on it. But Aldo, you can never count him out. You know, with his record, with his with his track record, you can't really count Aldo out of any fight. But I mean, Cejudo's just like, he's been doming it. So, you know, you can call him corny or whatever, but like, you can't really say that much about his skill set. You know, the guy's been doming it. So,
I don't even think he would beat. I didn't think he was gonna beat TJ. Honestly, I was a shock to me when he did that.
Yeah, same. I was very surprised about that. But like you said, I think the weight did play a huge factor, because we know TJ has cold striking. Cold striking. Like, again, say what you want about TJ, but his striking is fucking for real. So, you know, like, I don't think, you know, Cejudo, like, say based on the Marias fight or whatever, and I've seen him in other fights struggling a bit with guys on the feet. So I don't think that, you know, if they did that fight at 135, I think it'd be a very different story. Very different story.
Me too.
So yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So what are you saying with Cejudo then versus them, man? Do you think he's got the edge, or what?
Versus Aldo, tough one. You know, see, his fight with Marias in that division.
Yeah,
that was a good fight. Like,
that was the only fight he's had at that division.
Yeah, exactly. And it's controversial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in that side, like.
But what I will say about that is we saw he slightly outdid Marias on the feet, and Marias was having a lot of success in the early rounds against Cejudo.
Yeah.
So Aldo does have obviously the striking advantage, but it's just the question is, at this point in his career, has he really got what it takes to beat Cejudo. And also the same thing I'd say about Cruz. They're both, OGs. So can they really step in there with Cejudo, who's just smashing it at the moment, dashing guys on the heads and knocking Dillashaw out in rapid succession?
Bro.
It's not likely that they've got what it takes to beat him at this point. So I'm slightly edging with Cejudo, as much as I'd like to see Aldo win that fight.
You've been more active, better fights, and have better performance, really.
Yeah.
And his Cejudo's wrestling's crazy.
Of course, yeah.
Got to see what he did to Dillashaw.
Yeah. But that was strike. Who'd you say?
Mighty Mouse. DJ.
Mighty Mouse, yeah, man. Yeah. You can't forget about that Mighty Mouse.
Yeah. What he did there was something different.
Trust. Yeah, like, to be honest, Cejudo, he comes across a bit fucking full of himself and a bit corny and shit, but at the same time, in terms of his skill set, I can't really disrespect him, so
yeah,
gotta give it to Cejudo at this point.
So here's what I'm saying, Tom. In this quarantine, how are you getting the home workouts in? What's the routine? How are you staying motivated to stay fit at home? What are the keys, bro? Because obviously we ain't back as you get me. And this is nothing we overcome.
Overcome, trust me.
It's not even a problem, bro. I'm loving life. You get me?
Trust
I
me,
don't
bro.
want dickheads. I'm happy.
Trust
I'm happy. The roads are free, bro. I don't see no one out here. No one's pissing me off. I'm at home. I'm chilling all day, every day.
Trust me. Just basing up, doing shit, getting shit done.
Exactly, getting shit done. No bullshit.
Man getting spun. Nah, man ain't getting spun yet, but man ain't gonna be getting spun once that, because this is just a hyperbolic time chamber, basically, bro. That's what we've got to look at it as.
Exactly, this is the hyperbolic time chamber for everyone. Either come out now, you're gonna come out different, evolved person. Everyone's gonna come out. Yeah, but some people are gonna evolve. Some people are gonna devolve after this period. Now, it's gonna be a man's mental, yeah, and physical. Now, obviously, you gotta stay in shape and you gotta stay mental. So we'll see now after this, yeah. Shit's gonna go. We'll see what happens in life. But it's gonna be very interesting.
Very interesting, brother. But basically, so the home workout thing, for me, I'm just keeping it real simple right now. In terms of just doing a lot of press ups and pull ups, basic calisthenics and stretching and doing
key workouts, bro.
And this a bit west, yeah, but I've been doing just some kind of kung fu type shit, just trying to do some controlled sort of, not dumb, trying to do actual applicable moves, but semi base off inspired by El Kukui. Do you know what I'm saying? So just trying to do some kind of kata kind of shit. Let's get high as fuck and do some.
Same thing, Tom. My guy, same thing, bro. You see me, Zer0, I'm here doing the same thing.
Zer0, bro. You know them ones. The number Zer0. Number Zer0.
Zer0. We decided Zer0. But yeah, I'm saying the same thing. All that balancing stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Little roly polies there.
Oh yeah, I need to get on. I need to get back on that with the jiu-jitsu, because you can do bare shit for grappling, just bare movements that are actually beneficial to grappling, without training partner.
Yeah,
and still do bare shit. Just because something I need to work on, bro, is my hip movement, just in terms of hip escapes. For hip escapes and for setting up the angle to try and lock onto a triangle or whatever, or even escape when someone's on top of me. I just need to be able to shift my hips out so I can try to take the back, so I can try set up an arm bar. Because one thing I'm doing is my hips are static. I'm not you should constantly be changing the angle from the bottom to try and set up a submission or get your escape. So just doing that bare shrimp, them shrimp things. You know what I'm on about? Them ones just do bare of them, There's a lot of shit you could be doing for the home workout, but I'm just trying to keep it real basic. And at least like we were talking about before, you can look at like the hyperbolic time chamber, especially if that's your ambition is to become a fighter or become an athlete, then yeah, you can look at it like that. But at least people, you've got to maintain. Like it's crucial to at least maintain. So just do some calisthenics or whatever. I know it's going to be hitting all the weightlifters hard because it's different. Like it's a different type of training that you've got to do when you've not got weights. But even with that, you can adapt around that. So there's always a way to still train. So yeah, just like work on flexibility, do some shadow boxing, kicks. You can always just do bare kicks. And then calisthenics.
Shadow boxing is mad. Press ups.
Shadow boxing, defo.
Crunches are crazy. Dips,
pull ups,
climbers, burpees,
all that shit. Because for a lot of men, you might not want to do this because like you're in the gym bashing out the weights.
Right.
But you've got to adapt. Got to adapt and like work on a different kind of fitness, which in my opinion and most people's opinion, I think is like more functional. You've got to work on like functional fitness. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to work on functional fitness, go to Too Tough Inc. Instagram and check out FNX Fitness. Fitness. You know them ones. Go check it out. 15% off. Use code Too Tough.
Too Tough.
Anyway, just keep it up, people. Maintain at least. Get those calisthenics, shadow boxing. Do some fucking yoga. I don't know.
Exactly. You don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen next week, next month, tomorrow. We don't know. We're here today. We're gonna train today.
Gonna get that work.
Let's go, champ.
Whatever weather come through like Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
Whether it's rain, I still deal with the pain. I was gonna do some bars then, but
no. You mentioned money.
Money May.
What happened with
yeah. Okay. Money May all day.
What's going on with his daughter, man? She's out here. What is she doing? That's crazy.
I don't even know. I'm not even. I thought you were gonna say about him potentially even. I saw him training his sons. That's sick. I don't know his sons' names, but that's interesting because he started his whole franchising business, Mayweather Fitness. But he started his whole franchising business, and now he's saying he's training his sons as well. But what's going on with his daughter? I don't know. What Money Yaya?
Yeah. Money bag. No, not money bag. NBA
money bag, yo.
NBA young boy. I don't know these geezers. You know what I'm saying, Tom? I don't know these geezers, but shit's popping off when someone's in pain.
Mad.
He killed the baby apparently as well. She stabbed the pregnant girl in it.
Huh?
She stabbed the pregnant girl.
Yeah, that's moving too mad.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. Did you not see that?
Nah, not even seen that still.
Mad. Moving on.
Yeah, that's she need. Well, I don't even know. I don't even want to pass comment on that because I don't know the situation. But obviously, if there's any truth to it, she needs to just check herself before she wrecks herself.
She's been clocked for it already.
What?
She's been clocked for it already. Like I see, she's in pen.
Huh? She's in pen. She's in pen.
She stabbed her. She killed the baby.
But the woman survived.
Let me check. I'm at. Yeah, I'm over. Right, so something else. Bro, she faces 99 years in jail.
Standard.
Over bloody love rival stabbing. That's from the Mirror, but fuck the Mirror.
Yeah, that's
What's
mad.
next on the itinerary?
Next on the itinerary, yeah, what we got is we're gonna move on to some boxing, and then we're gonna come back to UFC in a bit. But in terms of the boxing game, obviously biggest talk right now is the Gypsy King the Gypsy King and the Bronze Bomber. Not the Gold Bomber, not the Silver Bomber, but the Bronze Bomber. And, you know, to be honest, Zer0, I've not been too happy about Deontay's comments, regarding the whole Fury fight. I've been a bit disappointed in him because I like Wilder still. But
so you see Zer0, bro. I wear this mask everywhere.
yeah,
I saw my record on the streets.
I know, bro.
10-0. 10-0, bro. This
certified.
No.
Certified.
The other needs to shut his blood clot mouth, bro. That's what needs to happen. Yeah, the king, the Gypsy King, came back with an immaculate performance. Absolutely outstanding.
Immaculate. For real.
Let me tell you, bro, that is what Tyson Fury did is crazy.
That Kronk style.
That, bro, he developed that within one fight. With the one training camp, he developed the Kronk style and applied it at the highest level and KO'd this Donny who's barely been dropped once before.
And dropped every other man he's fought and knocked every other Donny out.
Exactly.
Because the only other fight he didn't knock out was Stavern, and then he came back, knocked him out in one round.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not a joke what Fury did.
Not a joke. It's no joke thing. Man ain't on that smoke thing.
He beat Klitschko at his own game.
Chat shit. I hit you with the thing.
You know what I'm saying? He beat Klitschko at his own game, jabbed him, danced around the ring, jabbed him.
Jabbed his face off all night.
That's what I'm saying.
Klitschko.
He just beat Wilder at his own game. Like, this guy is the king right now.
That John Jones thing, beating a man at his own game.
Yeah. Except Fury's actually a sick guy as well, not a dickhead like Jones.
Yeah. Jones needs to
pattern up.
Slow down. Yeah, he needs to pattern up for real. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, there's not even that much to say about it because I just want to say I'm not, like Wilder. I like Wilder. I respect his skills, and he seems cool in a lot of ways, but he's just a little bit delusional. Because right now, at least, he's a little bit delusional. I don't know. He got smacked around a lot in that fight, so maybe I don't know. He got smacked around all around the ring, so I don't know. Like, maybe he's suffered from concussion or something. But trying to talk shit about your fucking costume or whatever, the fucking he's saying a bunch of bullshit now. He said a load of other excuses that don't make any sense. Just take the fucking L, move on. And I thought he did. He was there and then he did some video, whatever, and fine. But mate, just fucking take the L, move on. If you're gonna rematch him, but stop chatting shit. You got smacked up. Accept it and move on and try and win the next fight. Focus on the rematch now because you got smacked up. It's not your costume, none of that shit. You just got beat by the better man on the night. And in reality, I think. But to be honest, maybe he's talking so much shit because he knows he's not gonna win. So he's just gonna talk shit because, to be honest, based on that fight, you've got to be mad to think Wilder is going to win another fight. Because the first fight, to be honest, bro, I thought Fury was going to win. You remember I told you I thought Fury was going to win. Fury is going to win because what he was saying made sense. He fought in that first fight. He fought when he was going into that first fight, he'd been out the ring for time. He was fat. He'd been abusing his body and all that shit, but he still basically won the fight and came back from the ultimate one bomb from Wilder or 2-punch combo, that left hook, right hand, and he still got up and still won the rest of the round. So how's man later, when he's been training at the Kronk, had more fights, all this, how the fuck is Wilder gonna win? And I was like, nah, he's not. But you've got to respect Fury, man, the way that he fought that, with that style, because most people would have thought that he's not going to be able to smash Wilder around the ring. But the guy,
I was surprised from he was sitting down in his shots though when they were hurting him. The shots were hurting, and it was sitting. He could already land them. He sat down on him and got him. It looked crazy.
It was mad. whole new style in one fight.
Gross. But he's got that. The thing is with him, he had that. His skill was knowing how to hit them mad shots, being unorthodox quick shots, and then he just built upon
combos.
that, how to just adjust his feet and balance.
Just sit down on the shots.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Got the power into them. Trust.
He's one of them though. He's been legit trained since a kid, just being a gypsy.
Jimmy Egan's
blood. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Jimmy Egan's.
Nah,
no. He's got the muscle memory. He's just got the muscle memory. Like, his technique isn't always like perfect, but the way he can throw the combos together is ridiculous. Like, he can put together 4 or 5 punch combos. Yeah. Very few men can actually do that, especially at heavyweight. Very few men can put together 4 or 5 punch combos consistently.
With the movement, slipping punches, slipping every punch, like.
That's the other thing that you get once you've been training from when you was young. Like, you've got that movement, you've got the reactions, you can just like sense the range of the fight in a different way than when you train when you're already older and like you've not built up that like natural movement. You can see it with all sports. Like, even like, it's very rare that you get someone that looks fluid, like the way that Fury or someone does when they've started training. Like, that's why a man called AJ stiff and stuff, like, because he's big, especially with that though.
Big idiot.
Especially when you've been training, like, especially with AJ because of his physique. He's not got that kind of physique. But Wilder, the thing that Wilder does have though is he's unorthodox as fuck. Like, that Bermane to Burn knockout that I said before, like, that was mad. To be fair, if you're taught mainstream or traditional boxing, like, not mainstream, like traditional boxing, then you would never throw a shot. I've never even seen man really throw a shot like that. Fucking do. It's like what basketball players do when they come up to the net and they like do that side movement and jump up for a slam dunk. He did that, but instead threw a fucking looping right hook.
Yeah.
Dropped, man. So shit like that, Wilder's creative. Bro, that's his advantage.
A lot, bro, like a javelin thing.
Sure, that was mad. But even though he's not got that like that standard sort of, or that he's not got that built up 10,000 hours thing, like to the point where when he was 20 or whatever, he's put in probably 10,000 hours now, but he's got that creativity to compensate for it. But still, when you're going against Fury, he's got all that and then has added a level to it. He's somehow added another level though. Like, like what you said, you know, he's been training since he was a kid. Like, how has he then leveled up to a mad level from now? Like, because you'd think he's gonna just like level up a bit, but how do you improve? Because he's already put in what, 30,000 hours, 40,000 hours, some mad amount of time.
It was like this, and then like, bosh.
Trust me. So how's he even managed to do that in 9 weeks or whatever from when he's been training his whole life?
After being a fat bastard, after being a sniffhead.
Trust.
After being depressed, after being suicidal, like.
Trust me.
Different guy, different caliber of human being.
For real, man. For real. You got to credit the guy, man. Can't give Fury nothing but credit. Nothing but credit, man. Shout out to the Gypsy King.
Gross. And the Irish Animal back in 2015.
Trust me, the Irish Animal coming soon.
That was you two, wasn't it? That was you two, bro.
The Irish. Oh yeah, facts. Yeah. Nah, I met Fury, but that's a story for another time. So, carrying on with the boxing thing, next item on the itinerary, we're gonna talk a bit about Garcia versus Gervonta Davis tank. Alright, now, disclaimer, I don't know that much about Ryan Garcia. I've seen a lot of his clips, but I've not really studied him as a fighter. Gervonta, I have looked into Gervonta obviously a lot and watched quite a few of his fights, but I'm still not, fully accommodated with his career, whereas like compared to a lot of fighters, I've watched a lot of their fights. Gervonta is a new school fighter, so I don't know him as well as a lot of the OGs like
Yeah.
Money, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Spence, all them man. But Gervonta, I've only watched a couple of his fights. So what it seems to me though is that Garcia can actually maybe match his speed and his combos, which is a bit of a rare thing for Gervonta. But the question is that he doesn't really have no one has the power that Gervonta has at those divisions already, innit?
No way.
So that's the equalizer of the fight, I think, is that Gervonta has a knockout. But like, what's Garcia saying in terms of angles? Like, does he cut angle? I'm assuming he does cut a lot of angles. Mad, he's on his pivot all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Right.
He does. But not to like Lomachenko levels, because you're not really seeing that situation, Tom. But
is he fought like really top guys though? Like, or who's fought the better competition, Gervonta?
I'd say so. But apparently Garcia, the last guy he fought, there was a step up in competition, right?
Yeah.
But he cleaned him out. He cleaned him out in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And he got that title.
Yeah.
And it was against.
I'm gonna look into amateur records actually.
Yeah, it was against Francisco Fonseca for the WBC silver title. So that's his last one. That was a KO. He beat Duno before that. That was another KO.
Yeah.
He's been alright, man.
What's his KO ratio, Ryan?
I think it's
do you know?
It's 90. 90? He's got one unanimous decision, I've seen.
Is it?
Yeah.
Garcia?
Yeah.
So is it TKOs though?
He's got a couple of TKOs.
Any KOs?
17.
Just straight KOs?
Straight KOs.
So he's got mad power then for that division.
Yeah, but it's still early fights though, Tom. That's what you got to understand. By the first.
I know what you're saying, but no, do you know I think if you've got actual KOs, then it kind of means like you've got good power. If you've got actual TKOs, because to knock anyone out clean, it means you've got decent power if you've got several clean knockouts. That's
real.
But do you know what? They've both got very similar amateur records. Ryan Garcia's amateur record is 215 and 215 wins, 15 losses, and Gervonta's is 205 wins and 15 losses.
Mad.
But the only people that beat Ryan Garcia was Devin Haney, beat him twice.
Oh, Devin.
Devin beat him twice. So shout out to Devin Haney.
Shout out to Devin Haney. But what's that saying? Because Gervonta and Devin similar in style a little bit.
A bit. But yeah, a bit, yeah. Gervonta's just like a mini Mike Tyson, though, really.
Yeah.
Like a bit of a mini Mike Tyson style, innit?
But don't ever say that because that's disrespectful to Mike Tyson.
Really, now with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. Shout out to. You've been watching this podcast?
Yeah, come on, bro. Hotboxing.
It goes off.
That's in there. Hotboxing. Oh.
Nah, trust me, hotboxing, But fucking, they talk about they go deep, like they said on the podcast. They go deep on that podcast. He keeps going on about this Toad and shit.
Oh, the Toad. Weird. That NFL guy. He's weird.
He's weird, innit? But it's a sick podcast, though.
That is good. It's Tyson, but he's a goat.
The guests on it are mad.
Trust.
Do you see the one with Sugar Ray?
No, I'm not seeing that. I need to watch that. It's a
good one. So, can tell Mike's still loves boxing. Can tell he still loves boxing in that podcast.
Yeah.
He's asking Sugar Ray bare questions. He's very interested.
Trust.
He grew up watching Sugar Ray.
He was showing Francis how to throw punches, wasn't he, in Ghana?
Yeah, I've seen that as well. He was for Johnny Hendricks time ago, so
Yeah.
But Johnny Hendricks was only throwing punches when he was roided to the fucking gills. Then he was knocking men out like dynamite, bro. He was hitting them with dynamite. And then suddenly the guy's power just somehow couldn't knock it out anything. And then He got absolutely smashed by Bohachina. So segueing on to the next topic, Bohachina versus Adesanya. Adesanya. What were you saying for that fight, T? What were you saying for that fight?
I like Costa, you know.
Yeah, he's good. He's very. He's just a bulldozer, like a wrecking machine.
Trust me.
Just a wrecking machine.
He's my
What's
guy.
his nickname? The Eraser.
Trust me.
The Eraser, you know.
The Razor, bro. It's like Amaterasu.
Trust. Amaterasu. Nah, that's Adesanya's shit.
Trust.
Summon it toad. Gamma Bunter.
But I'm saying Adesanya's got that. Because Adesanya's the new style, bro. He's the
Too
evolution.
technical. Too technical.
Too technical, too skilled,
Cardio.
and just too
Evasion.
well,
Movement. Evasion.
Yeah, he's too tricky for Costa. Costa's not got the IQ or the. I don't think he's got that range to get someone like Adesanya.
Because I think like 2 rounds in, when Adesanya's still in there, because I don't think Costa's going to knock him out.
No.
I really don't. I think you could like have him against the fence and shit at points and like, you know,
definitely.
You can back him up in that, but I don't think he's going to, because Adesanya is very good at rolling with shots, catching on his gloves or on his arms, and moving back out the way of shots. And his footwork is crazy. He's doing some good breakdowns at the moment, actually. He's going through like his whole career of fights, doing breakdowns on IG Live at the moment. And they're sick.
I'll have to check them out as well.
Yeah, he's going off. Adesanya, I'm backing Adesanya in that as well, though. I'm backing Adesanya. I've got to back Adesanya just in general. I rate Adesanya. How can you summon Gamma Bunter in the cage before the fight?
Yeah, trust me. I'm just somebody right.
Alright, so a couple more topics for the day. You know what I'm saying? We've got Gaethje. We've got to talk about Gaethje versus Tony. We've got to talk about Gaethje versus Tony. How do you see that fight going? Like, try and break that fight down a bit.
Right. For me, that fight is blood, chaos, war, bro. I'm breaking it down. I'm looking at like some 2000 BC Roman Empire type thing, bro.
300 type shit.
Exactly.
Spartan type shit.
You're gonna see
immortals.
Knees, all types of striking on display. I think it's gonna be one of those bouts, honestly, and it's gonna be
ground game. Ground.
I don't even know if maybe.
Yeah.
But I can just
like wrestling 30. Gaethje's wrestling's actually certified. He was like NCAA Division 1. You know, like guy's an athlete, guy's strong. Like he's not going to be easy to pull guard on or. But Tony's not got bad wrestling, but like. He's not likely taking Gaethje down though.
What?
He's not going to take Gaethje down, I don't think. I think it's going to be a striking.
Tony's state wrestler as well. That's why he's got some wrestling.
Yeah, but no, I think Gaethje's actually like more credible as a wrestler than Tony.
I'd think so. I think so as well. But he's got Tony's got what? Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Yeah, 10th planet black belt.
Yeah, and like crazy striking. And his Tony's wrestling is cold. It's like it's done the job so far. You know what I'm saying? I've watched every fight, like Ultimate Fighter, all of them, clean everyone up, everyone. Yeah, and then look what he's done now. Every fight.
Yeah, he's on a mad streak.
He's there. He's dangerous. Every fight, he looked dangerous. Every fight,
vicious.
And every fight, he can win. What more do you want, bro?
And like, the thing is, I think, he don't really go for the takedown recently. He's just been striking, and then if necessary, like if he gets taken down, like against Kevin Lee, when he took him down. But I think it's more just one like where if you take him down, then good luck, kind of thing. It's like Nick Diaz as well, or someone, but a bit of another level of Nick Diaz with like his aggression,
Yeah.
and the variety of strikes as well, with his elbows and spinning attacks and just mad attack like entries and shit. But yeah, he just kind of rolls to the legs and stuff. He's just mad creative.
Sure. In a guard, what do they call now? In a guardy rolls or
Yeah, I don't know. It was what Imanari, I think.
Imadari
But
rolls.
yeah. But I think like it'll be contested on the feet. But in my opinion, because of Tony's chin, with his cardio, his endurance, it'll just be not in the same. It'll be different than the Adesanya Costa, because like Adesanya Costa, I think it's going to be more because he's technical, and Adesanya's good at evasion and like blocking and shit. But Tony, it's more just because of his chin and his pressure that like they're gonna clash in the ring or in the octagon. I mean, and then following that, it's gonna like Gaethje's gonna gas tank is gonna empty, but Tony just goes. Tony just keeps going, increasing throughout the fight and keeps picking up the pace. So I see it like
more output.
I see Tony could even get dropped early. I feel like Tony could get dropped early. There's a high possibility of that.
Listen,
But
any fight Tony could get dropped, bro.
and that's it. That's
Well,
it.
he's coming back you up. So there's a 100% chance of that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like Terminator. He's literally like Terminator. Like he'll just get back up and keep coming at you. Like he'll roll on, like with Pettis, he'll just roll on the ground. Got dropped. I think he might have got dropped twice, and then keep rolling, and then like just get back up and smashed him up. Pieced him up. And that Cowboy fight was ruthless.
Oh yeah,
ruthless.
Yeah.
I'm backing Tony. I mean, you can't go against Tony. I think, but it's not an easy fight. But either of those guys, no, not many men want to fight either of those guys because they're just like you're gonna come out of that, with a few more than a scratch, with a bit more than a scratch. You're gonna come out of that with some damage. But I'm excited for that fight. But obviously, the real fight is Tony and Habib. That's a real fight that everyone needs to see. Is Habib versus Tony. Yeah. But yeah. Next thing, heavyweight division in the UFC. We've got DC and Stipe in a rematch.
I don't know. Tom.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Well, it was a very close last time. DC, I thought I had him winning the fight until he got caught with them left hooks to the body.
Yeah.
Which he just ignored. He ignored for time, and then
why would
paid for it?
How many times did you get hit by them?
Why didn't he just fucking just right elbow down? Just right elbow down. But you can't try. I mean, in the heat of the fight, I mean, is sometimes because DC, to be fair, when's the guy getting hurt with body shots? Like, let's be real about it. Like, when's he getting hurt with body shots? He probably in training is getting hit with body shots all the time and just creases. So like in the fight, he's thinking, "Oh, minor, this is nothing."
Yeah.
But he should have respected that attack a bit more. And it wasn't complicated what he needed to do. I mean, it was just block to the body, simple, and then or like counter back off it. When he does that, counter back with an uppercut or something, like just to try and stop that attack.
Exactly.
And then I think if he'd have got through that round, it'd have won. I had him winning up to that point. So
I think he would have won as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm back in DC.
Is definitely third fight on the table, 100%.
I think it's meant to be going down. Really, it should be going down.
Yeah. It should, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what about Stipe and Ngannou rematch?
I don't want to see that. Not yet.
Why not? For Ngannou, he's smoked Dos Santos, Velasquez, and Overeem. in the meantime, in it, like he smoked all them. Well, wait, nah, Overeem was before the Stipe fight, but he's fought someone else up as well, Blades, I think, or something.
Curtis Blades.
Nah, it wasn't actually. It was but I thought it had 3 fights since then. But even still, it doesn't matter. He's fought Velasquez and Dos Santos. Yeah, and he beat Blades again. He's fully earned it, bro. All first round stoppages. All, bro. He's earned that rematch.
I'm not saying should he deserve it. I'm saying don't want to see it.
Why wouldn't you? Why not?
Based on the first fight, I just don't want to see that. But obviously,
It wasn't like it was Stipe just stifled the fight, really. But what can you say about that? I mean, what are you gonna do against Ngannou? Strike with him. Good lord. You know, you've got to fucking just hold him there basically and try and tire him out. But I think I'm backing Ngannou in that fight.
which is clean and quick, rapid.
I don't even like, yeah, within the first 2 rounds or something. But I think he'll, like, if you look at that, Ngannou is like I don't know, he's just like, he has all the capability. He just at that point was not at the level of his career. Like he just got into that fight without having any grappling and without having the stamina and the endurance, like the muscular endurance. You could tell what had happened was it just got bare blood full up in his muscles and he just couldn't throw. And he was still throwing with power though. Even in the 5th round and shit, he was still throwing with power. He was still stopping some takedowns. Like the guy was actually like in the fight the whole time. And that was early. Like the guy's only been in MMA at that point for like 4 or 5 years or something, 3 years or something.
Yeah. And that's what
Now he's more experienced.
I wouldn't even want another year, really. But like you're saying, you give
He's
him.
earned it though. He's earned it because he's beat Blades again, TKO in 45 seconds. Beat Kane KO in 26 seconds. And that Kane fight, I'm sorry, he actually somehow hit him so hard the guy's leg popped out his socket or some shit. Do you know what I mean? That's actually what happened in that fight. And then Dos Santos just murked him.
He murdered him. He's a legend right now, though. He's a legend killer. You get me?
For real, he's actually on that wave. Like
still Tom.
Andrei Arlovsky, Overeem, Velasquez, Dos Santos. The only dead fight was that Lewis fight, but whatever, I don't know. Maybe when you get the unstoppable force and the unstoppable force, it just somehow didn't really work out like as a fight. But
you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying about the fight?
Steve Payne and Ngannou.
Yeah.
No, I want to see that fight again. I
mean, you get what I'm saying about Ngannou, though. I don't want to see that right now. Like,
because what even other fight is it? There's this. In fact, wait, he's fighting that Rosenstruik guy first.
That's what I want to see.
So he's fighting that Rosenstruik, but Ngannou is gonna smoke that Rosenstruik, Donny.
Oof, we'll see.
Bro, he's gonna smoke him, bro. You're just trying to be controversial.
You know Rosenstruik?
Smoke him, bro. He's gonna smoke him, bro, like a spliff, bro. He's gonna burn him.
Listen,
he's gonna tan him.
Touches, man. He took like the chin, like little touch tap.
Yeah, but that's bro. Who was that though? Overroids, who's now not even got his roids. So he can't do shit now. Overeem's chin is made of fucking paper mache. He can't do nothing now, bro.
Bros.
Ngannou, like, see what Ngannou did to him, and that took Ngannou 1 round. That took Ngannou a couple minutes. Rosenstruik was getting outworked by Overeem, who has, to be honest, still got high level striking. Like, I'm not going to chat. Like, he does have high level, obviously good striking, but like at the same time, Ngannou, he's just got a mad chin as well. Like, he's got a mad chin. He's like, even the shots he was taking off Stipe in that fight when the guy was gassed, the guy was tired as fuck. He was walking forward, taking shots, clean straight rights and shit from Stipe, and just walking through them. So I've got Ngannou, man. I'm backing Ngannou to be champ, to be honest. The only fight that I think is a real danger fight for him is if DC wins, and then DC agrees to fight Ngannou. But DC doesn't really want that smoke from what I've seen. DC's been saying shit like, "Oh, Ngannou's too big and shit," and I think DC's looking to get out of the game. I think he wants to go WWE or some shit.
Bro,
So, he just needs to get that Stipe. He needs to get that Stipe rematch, and then I think he's retired. And I wouldn't be mad at that as well. So,
he's a big payout, man. He's got big money, DC.
yeah, but that Stipe's a big payout too. It's not mad, but it's a decent. It's a little something. You know, that's a big fight. It's a big rematch, so he'll get paid. But obviously, he wanted that Lesnar fight, but that ain't happening now either. But yeah, I've got Ngannou, but I mean DC would be a real tough fight for him because of his mad chin and obviously his wrestling and his constant pace.
Yeah, 100.
But yeah. And then obviously the next thing as well, we need to chat about, like, just briefly about one of the biggest hype fights of 2020. Big John fucking Fury, mate. John fucking Fury, mate.
Johnny?
Don't fuck with John.
Big John? Big John Fury?
Big fucking John. Now shout out to Big John.
Big Johnny.
Big fucking John. Now, I've got John Fury all day. I got John Fury all day in that fight. This bodybuilder, this guy who called him out. John's gonna smash him to pieces.
Wait, who's he smashing up?
Mickey Theo. This guy's like an old bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
No, I've not even seen it, you know.
Nah, don't tell you've seen this. John Fury. You for real not seen this?
Nah, let's see what I want with John Fury.
John Fury's this old bodybuilder guy called him out and like said that he'd do a fight for the NHS or something. And then John's seen the video and like done an Instagram video or something and like just been saying, yeah, if you want to fight, we'll fight gypsy style. I'll fight you fucking gypsy style, mate. I don't need a training camp. I'll smash your head in. It's like going in on him, but. And then I've seen him. I think he's starting like doing a training camp and stuff. But I saw a bare article saying it was bare knuckle. But I think this guy doesn't want a bare knuckle fight.
He lost 3 stones, and he said he smashed his teeth in.
Yeah. He said, oh, it was. He goes like, "I'll knock your teeth straight through the back of your head, mate. Straight through the back of your head." I was like, "Alright, this guy." But the guy ripped the guy's eye out, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He ripped Donny's eye out because he had beef over some next shit, and it was at like an auction or some shit, and he ripped the guy's eye out.
Bro,
that's real street fighting.
They are real, man.
Nah, gypsies don't fuck about, bro. Gypsies don't fuck about.
No, man, I'm from Mali, bro. No.
Us, bro. Gypsies are fucking straight on the fight. Like they don't like. What's live about those? They do hype, but they'll get straight to a fight. They don't like. There's not too much of this like shouting about. There's a lot of shouting about, but then they're ready to go straight away. So
ready.
Trust me. Yeah. But I'm back in the Furious one. The Gypsy King's father.
The Furious one, bro. The Furious King coming through. Mock your teeth straight to the back of your head.
Straight through the fucking back of your head, mate. I'll give you a fight, son. I'll fucking fight you, son. Anytime, any place, and twice on a Sunday. But, yeah, last thing, bro. Let's just have a look at these rankings and see what we think of the rankings.
Bless.
So we got flyweight division ain't even got a champ right now, which is mad. Flyweight division, just nothing going on in it. I don't even know some of these men in flyweight now. But Davison Figueiredo, he's legit. He's the #1 contender. But flyweight, I don't really know what's going on in. Let's say bantamweight. Okay, Aljamain, the Funk Master. Sterling.
#1 contender?
#2 after Mariah's.
Alright, okay. But we've seen them fight already, man, right?
Yeah, and Sterling won in it. Or nah? What happened in that fight? Nah, wait, Mariah head kicked his fucking. He head kicked him in it.
I can't remember.
I think Mariah's head kicked him. I'm
Um,
pretty sure. And then Peter Yan's good as well.
yeah, Petty Yan.
Peter Yan, yeah, he's
Oh,
very good. And then Aldo's coming in at number 6.
jeez.
So, and Garbrandt's at 9.
I'll come to your favela on horseback.
I would have taken over and kill anyone that's not fit to work. But now we're in a new time, so I was Smokey in the octagon. Aldo, and then we got Cody Garbrandt at number 9, Rob Font at number 10, Jimmy Rivera. Yeah, I mean, really, it's Aldo versus Cejudo.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Aldo get a shot at the title before he retires. I think he deserves it.
I think him and Cejudo's a good fight.
Defo.
Good fight.
Defo. Aldo's actually got legit jiu-jitsu as well. I'm very interested in that fight.
100.
All right, at featherweight, Volkanovski, number 1, needs to rematch Max Holloway. That was a bit of a close fight, but I mean Volkanovski's looking legit, man. Like he just came in and did business in that fight. Like
Which fight?
he didn't even look against Holloway. He didn't even look like he was like
What fight was that?
stressing in that fight. He just looked like it was another day at the office, like it was a sparring session.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, this lockdown's got me tripping. I don't even remember that fight, bro.
Volkanovski's the fucking featherweight champ.
Oh, the last one
Came
that
in and walked through Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Trains with Izzy.
I don't know. I remember this fight. Yeah, that was peak. He lost the decision, didn't it?
Yeah, it was semi-close, but Volkanovski did just like quite comfortably win the fight. I was a bit surprised that Max Holloway didn't try and like he just sort of got outstriked him,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't really expecting Max to just get like outworked like that and like quite comfortably. But at the same time, it happened in the Dustin fight. But Dustin put more pressure on him than Volkanovski did. Volkanovski just like kind of technically beat him. It legit looked like a bit of a sparring session. And then Zabit we've got there, but Zabit, I actually think he needs a bit more time still in the UFC.
Same, a bit more development.
I'd love to see Zabit versus Ortega.
Wait, what a fight. What a fight.
But Ortega's probably gonna have a bit of trouble on the feet. But Ortega's a real deal as well. He's leveling up a lot as well.
Oh, don't forget, he sparked Edgar.
Yeah. And Cub Swanson.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean Ortega, and in the Holloway fight, he got outclassed, but he was still in the fight the whole time. He gave it his all. And obviously the guys, if he can, get the fights to the ground, he'll smoke anyone in that division. Probably even in the next division. I even think he'd be an interesting matchup for someone like Khabib because we've not really seen Khabib fight a really high-level guy off his back.
Well, that's Tony as well, though.
Huh?
That's Tony as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like Tony's the fight, obviously.
But Ortega would definitely, I think, because
It'd be interesting.
Problematic.
Yeah, for sure. And what are we saying for Mystic Mac? What's Mystic Mac like? What's his options right now? Or like, when we're out of this quarantine thing.
Miss Brock, I want to see Gaethje McGregor fight.
But if say Gaethje fights Ferguson and maybe the Poirier rematch, but obviously Poirier lost to Khabib, so I don't know. I want to see him versus Masvidal. That's what I want to see is McGregor versus Masvidal.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
That's the one, isn't it?
But I think Masvidal clean him is too big, man.
I don't know, like I don't know. I don't. He's not that like Diaz though. Like he fought Diaz. Obviously Masvidal smashed Diaz. Yeah, he smashed Diaz. So I don't know. I don't know. McGregor kind of compensates for it with the striking though. Like if Masvidal was a wrestler, like I think McGregor would struggle against any of these other guys at welterweight,
The
like
only reason
Covington.
I hear you, Tom. But the only reason Nate Diaz didn't get knocked out was because of his chin. Like McGregor would have been knocked out in that fight if he taken them shots he did that Nate took from Masvidal, 100%. You got to
Yeah,
think.
but McGregor isn't. This what I'm saying is McGregor isn't there to take those shots like that. Like Masvidal has very, very good striking, but he doesn't have the precision that McGregor has, and he doesn't have the reaction time that McGregor has.
That's not true, Tom.
McGregor has certain. What I'm saying is he has certain advantages that might sort of equalize the playing field for that
He does.
fight.
He does that with certain fighters and at certain weights, and with certain stuffs in effect, like height advantages. And
Yeah, there's things like that which even it out for Diaz, but then McGregor can fight guys like that because of his reaction time, because of his striking ring awareness, because of his left hand power, because of his creativity. Like he has certain things that could make that a very competitive fight with Masvidal.
yeah, I think
And
Masvidal, bro. Honestly,
yeah,
I think
I'm not as I'm really not that sure about that fight. That's why I want to see it because I find it very hard to call that fight. That's why I want to see that fight. At welterweight, got like Kamaru versus Masvidal needs to happen as well. That's the fight that needs to happen at welterweight.
trust Marty, and
Fake news. What's it called? Marty Fake Usman.
like great news on Masvidal. Jorge La Escuerta, whoever his thingy, Mescuerdo.
Recuerdo or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing on Proper 12 though, yeah. Proper 12 is their 14 one, brother, yeah.
Shout out to Proper 12.
Proper 12.
Right, next division, hurry up, bro.
Middleweight thing.
Man's locked down, but man's not got all the time, you get me?
Tyron Woodley versus Adesanya. Tyron called out Adesanya. Well, he said he thought he'd had Adesanya recently. Said Adesanya ain't all that.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I think Adesanya would smack him up. We already talked about that. It's Costa versus Adesanya. That's the fight. And then what about Darren? Who's the fight for Darren? Maybe Jared Cannonier.
Jared Cannonier in middleweight, innit?
Yeah, man. Darren.
Down to the middleweight. Like, you gonna fight, right?
Or Robert Whittaker. Who you got in that Robert versus Darren?
I still got Rob, Bobby
Same.
Knuckles. Shout out Bobby Knuckles, bro.
Bobby Knuckles.
Because he's the real deal. He just got Adesanya. That was a bad fight for him.
Trust.
We've seen Whittaker in wars. Like,
Wars. With Romero.
Yeah.
Whittaker's the real fucking deal. Whittaker's the real fucking deal, no question.
Trust. Big Mac, no fries.
Big Mac ting. Come through with a Big Mac. No chips. Come through with that Big Mac. Spray you in the whip. Me and my team don't slip. The realest in the game. That's at Too Tough Inc. and RFC. And we're coming for the game. But nah, look,
Fuck you, man.
Right, last one. We'll just do light heavyweight. What are we saying for Johnny Bones?
John Jones, the GOAT.
The GOAT.
The greatest. No one beating him right now. His next fight is probably going to be, well, the last fight was alright, Reyes gave him a good tussle.
Trust me. Reyes arguably won that fight, but we already spoke about this. John outlasted him. John won the real fight in my opinion because he was 4 and 5th. John was if that was in the streets or if that was like going on a no time limit fight, John wins that every time. So that's what I take away from it as a fight fan. But I could see how on a technical scoring you could have given it to Reyes. But yeah, I mean I think they need to rematch still.
I agree with that too. Rematches, I'd give Reyes have one, 2 more fights and then come back and let Jones do his thing.
But who's next for Jones then? Jan Blachowicz?
Potentially.
Let's go back on the rankings. I think it's only really Jan Blachowicz that could actually fight him. Obviously, I would want to see Izzy versus John as well. That would be mad. But other than that, it's only really Jan Blachowicz or Thiago. Thiago deserves that fight again because Thiago actually did very well in that fight, considering as well. Thiago is a fucking G. Thiago versus Reyes would be a good one.
Wait, that's a
scrap.
That's
a scrap.
Yeah.
That's a scrap and a half.
Santos gave him a sick fight, and so did Reyes. So them two matching up should be fireworks. Should be explosive action.
At the 5th of November. Like Bonfire Night. They will light up the sky like Bonfire Night.
Shout out to Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes, man like Guy Fawkes.
I don't really know why, but his words.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes, revolutionary, visionary.
Political on the team.
Political ones. Now we don't do no politics on this show, really. No political shit.
Fuck all of them. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck the government, yeah. Fuck the government.
I'll fuck you, man, too.
Fuck the government, yeah.
Yeah, I'll fuck everyone watching the video.
Nah, fuck politics for now.
I don't know why I said that, but you get the drift. RSC back in quarantine edition.
Now we got love for all you, man. You know, shout out to everyone supporting the movement, the RFC movement. You know, the Too Tough Inc. movement, the realist in the game. But we ain't coming for the fame. You know, shout out to my boy Zer0.
Ain't no time for
we're back in business.
Back in business. So yo, it's been Zer0, ZER with a 0. You know what I'm saying? The new man in town, quarantine man, lockdown man, taking over the game.
Lockdown. Shut down. Too Tough Inc.
This year and what?
Signing out.
Sign out, animal.